G'day scrappers. It's been a while since we've last spoken. Yeah, been just the usual, kind of busy and kind of not. But I've been still cleaning up and doing a lot of smalls and just trying to catch up on a whole heap of servers today. So I thought I'd flick the camera on and yeah, just have a little bit of a catch up. So I've got some oddball bits here. This is looks like a Nortel BCM, Business Communications Manager, whatever that is. So yeah, I thought I'd just scrap out a few oddball things that I'm going through at the moment. We'll have a little look and yeah. So Ewaste pickups have been a little bit slow actually. So I haven't had a great deal. So hopefully next week all that picks up. Yeah, and there's no street scrapping near me or anything, but there might be in a few weeks' time. And the way things are going, I've probably got no choice but to go street scrapping and pick up a bit of work to keep me busy. All right, well there we go. There, it's got a little hard drive in there, 80 gig. So, oh yeah. Reasonably okay. Just trying to work out how to get it out. Alright, I'll deal with that. Oh, okay. So the board's got a lot better on this side. Doesn't look like there's any screws. So yeah, I'm hoping I get. I haven't had any calls, so no bookings for next week. So I hope early in the week I start getting some pickup calls. I've knocked a couple back because they're just too small and it's just not worth spending the time and driving out to just pick up some junky items that have, you know, like things like printers and monitors. Just them on their own, it's just not worth going and do the job. Those people have got to find a service that charge, so it's worthwhile for someone to go and pick it up. All right, so we've got a DSP BGA here, a couple of nice BGAs. It would go as you know, like a server grade board. It's telecom, but it's not really as good for telecom. It's got all these little ferrite transformers and stuff, these things. So all this side is pretty much nothing, but it does a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold band crystal oscillators. That's pretty cool. And you know, so this is the kind of thing where for me I'd take the gold band crystals off. Yeah, see if I can get away with putting this into server grade. Otherwise, take off the 2 BGAs and just throw it into mid grade. Just depends how I felt. Yeah, but not bad. I've got a Xbox 360 here. Been a while since I've scrapped one out. I usually, when I get them in good condition, I have been keeping them. But obviously, this one's all mostly busted up, but I'll put this aside since we're on communications. Okay, so this is just a 14.4K modem. one of the real early ones. So, well, they say that vintage electronics, like especially modems and stuff, had good boards. So we'll see for ourselves what this particular modem's like. Wow. Well, it certainly is that. Check that out. Now that is a very nice, loaded of precious metal board. Got all these EPROMs here that this one, no, yeah. Okay. Doesn't show gold under that one, so I'd be tempted to leave it on there before I work out what to do with the board and what grade. It's got some nice fingers here, big resin dip tantalum capacitors, your MLC type little things. Yeah, and these flat packs in there, and yeah, ICs everywhere. That's a pretty awesome board for that's a 14.4K modem. These days a modem has got a board this big, and one little chip on it, and look at all that just to operate one modem back in that day. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, I don't think we're going to get any boards as good as that from this lot. I don't know what this is. It looks like might be an entrance, yeah, like an alarm panel or something like that. Probably not going to be that great, but still, this is what I like most about Ewaste, is scrapping out stuff that I've never seen before. And that looks like the card reader. Yeah, so street scrapping will be pretty good if I can get out there and if it's on, just to go out and have a bit of fun and yeah, pick up a little bit of scrap just to keep me going. Yeah, this is just look like a card reader. Yeah, just a little mid-grade board. Oh, got a little motor there to take out. Okay. Alright. And there's our board. The EPROM stickers came off, but it doesn't look like a gold one anyway. Yeah, just basically just a mid-grade board. Yeah, I've got probably 20 servers that I want to clear out, and because I've got a scrap steel one, and so I'd like to get them into the van. Oh, and speaking of vans, my other van, the one that I bought last year, the battery went flat. It's been going flat for a couple of months. Just lost all its cranking power. So now that we're in winter, it's been really cold. So when I went to start it up, it was the battery said, "No, that's it for me." So had to go and buy a new battery, and yeah, pretty surprised with these Mercedes vans, van batteries. Gosh, the cheapest one that I could buy, a Korean one, was $410. A good one, $600, and the original or the Mercedes brand one is like $700 or $800. So I thought I'll go with a cheap one and see how long it lasts. Although $410 isn't cheap. So this box here, this is some kind of a pressure meter or something. It's already looks like it's had repairs attempted on it because it's sort of half pulled apart anyway. But yeah, it looks pretty MKS. Power supply readout. Yeah, not sure, but I can see some pretty decent gold pins here, so that's a good start. So you guys that are trying to pick up Ewaste as a little business, hope you are all doing well. Just keep at it. And yeah, so this one's got good pins. I'll take that out, get the gold pins and just throw this into Iron Alley. Well, that's a nice clean sheet of aluminium. Good, you know, good to keep for projects, for arts, crafts, anything. You know, can do anything with it. Hey, we've got some nice, really heavy gold fingers here, so that's a good start. Gosh. Oh, nice piece of extruded aluminium with a nice transformer on it. Yeah, good value there. Just regular aluminium. Interesting. Oh. Bit rough, more extruded alley. What a strange little system. Alright, so yeah, it does have a nice removable IC chip there. I'll probably take the IC chips and then just you know, put it into low grade, or Iron Alley. I'd probably even put it into Iron Alley. It looks like it's got pretty nice gold pins there, so I'd want to take off the gold pins, and even in these plugs are actually good gold pins. So I'll keep them. Yeah, yeah, not bad. And this board is very light, but it does have, at least we can take some really good gold fingers, and looks like we're going to have a few sets of the gold pins as well. And then I'll probably just throw it into mid-grade. But yeah, I dare say these, I might even depopulate this completely. Tantalums, these IC chips, even though they're plastic, they can be really good for gold recovery. And even, you know, this little thing here. Nice. All right. Well, before I get onto the servers, I'm just going to have a play with an Xbox 360 because it's been quite a while since I've actually scrapped one out. And can't remember if it's one of them consoles that are more trouble than they're worth to scrap. Alright, let's get some torque screws out the way. Well, I think these might be for that. Yeah, some real short screws and real long screws. Yeah. These little black Torx. I don't think that actually gets us in anywhere. It just undoes the things that are mounted to it from the inside. So, there we go. Half of you are probably saying, it's not going to get you in, it's the other way. Still had to be done. Just an old drive. Oh yeah. So I think we can. Some consoles don't actually go as like people put them into motherboards. Try and get away with getting a motherboard grade, but sometimes they're just not board grade. But this one might do okay. All right. Whew. Nice. So let's get this heatsink off if we can. Just a nice extruded aluminium chunk. Yeah, and it's only got a silicon BGA on it. Nice Microsoft one. Yeah, so very little gold recovery for us. And under there, yeah, if I'm going to get motherboard grade, I've got to take this one off because so far it's nothing like a motherboard, PC motherboard we're talking about. So that's the grade that we're trying to get. We'll just see. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we could probably, with this particular board, we can get away with this being a motherboard grade. So I can throw these in with motherboards. Still doesn't really look much like a motherboard, but it kind of is too. It doesn't have any excess rubbish now that we've removed the heatsink. Clean, it looks a lot cleaner. It's all about recovery now, and they're not paying for all this extruded aluminium. And so yeah, we can get away with this being a motherboard. They've got good chips on it, BGAs around, and yeah, sometimes we can do that. Usually, if it was any less, it would just be a mid-grade board. But yeah, like I said, not all gaming consoles are like that. Some are really straight out mid-grade. All right, well, that was that. I might just clean up a bit of that. Just scrap out a few servers and yeah. All right, so this is a Fujitsu server. It's just one that has just been sitting around, kept getting buried under a pile, as usual. Usually I take out the power supplies before I store servers. Don't know why that one doesn't want to come out. But they do have pretty okay gold fingers. More plastic. Alright, okay, well this one, wow. Didn't expect it to be fully loaded, but it's got RAM bus and RAM sticks. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 in each section here. 18 RAM sticks all up. Oh, it's even got 4 cards, 2 CPUs. Got a lot of fans here. Probably have to take that out. It's a nice, straightforward. There's a bit of a board underneath as well. Might be able to get that before we put the fan system back in and get rid of it. Get some of this cable out. And with these server cables you'll find in most servers, they've got little, instead of pins, they've got gold fingers. They're just tiny little gold fingers, and they're very shiny, so they're not really high quality, but I just obviously I want to sell the wire, so I throw them into pins anyway. Can be treated the same, and then to process these is just to get the gold finger off, so I just use a screwdriver on the other side. Sometimes it works. No, in this case that's all we want anyway, so just use side cutters to snip off the gold finger part. Now we can throw that and scrap, and that's all we really want from it anyway. But like I said, they're very lightly plated gold, so, but so are some RAM sticks and things like that, so okay. Yeah, network card, same, and then a couple of these ones, you know, those little things, optical fibre, a couple of them, nice. All right. Okay, so let's get this module out. Okay, still got to get this power supply out. Just got to. Oh yeah, there's actually a little riser card to 2 sets of fingers. There we go. Couple of sets of fingers, pins. All right. Nice big motherboard. This one. And these ones are so. Out you come. Still pretty heavy gauge wire. And there we have it. Wow, it's certainly all leaning towards one side, everything, and then it's probably a nice chip under this heatsink. Just a silicon BGA, so just leave it like that. As it's quite unusual to have, you know, RAM bus and regular RAM, but it does happen quite reasonably regularly. These are 4 gig RAM buses, so obviously server too small. And okay, so these are 8 gig and 8 gig, so quite a lot of RAM, but unfortunately 8 gig are even too small. In server, you really, to resell, to, you know, anyone's going to bother buying them, they've got to be 16 gig RAM sticks. That's minimum, you know. So, but I keep mentioning that, you know, just to remind. But you know, in different countries, don't know about these 4 gig RAM sticks, but these 8 gig RAM sticks would sell still pretty well. You know, someone's got this server and only has half the amount of RAM, they can double their RAM. There we go. Now, hey, at least we've got our copper aluminium radiators and a modern style CPU, nice big one. Yeah, it's just one of the Xeons. They're okay. Only really scrapped for me. I'll tell you what, it's getting quite cold. My hands are pink, they're frozen, and makes it a little bit harder to work, you know. Okay. So that's us, and yeah, not a great deal left on it. Once you've taken, you know, we've taken all that RAM. What was there? 18 altogether. The heat sinks and CPUs, the 4 cards. So it's only really got one gold corner BGA here and another good BGA there, and then the rest are silicon BGAs, and that's it. Not even a gold band crystal oscillator, but I'm happy. Got a lot of, you know, decent weight RAM. A couple of the copper aluminium radiators, and I might even try and get that board off there. Still got to get this power supply out. get it done. Just break off all the finger, and then this green part I'll just trim this off before I put it into the bucket. Yeah, but really good foils. They peel off really nice. All right. Well, there you go. That was Fujitsu Server. Not a bad scrap, actually. And yeah, like I said, this one's been sitting around. How does it go again? I think it went like that. Why fuss? Yeah. Yeah, for it to be sitting around for so long and have so much good stuff in there. Well, we finally got to it. Alright, I've got a couple more, sir. I've got a Dell sitting right here and an IBM. See if there's a bit of time to do them. Turn this into a bit of a scrap marathon. This one here is the Dell. So we'll check it out. Okay, typical Dell. Big plastic. Alright, well, certainly a bit of a contrast to the last one. There's only 4 RAM sticks in this one. So that's just how it goes. Where to make a start? Okay. So we've got a riser card with a couple of fingers, a nice card, and kind of like, it's kind of like a little RAM stick, but people throw these in RAM sometimes. They are a high grade board, so you probably still get away with it in RAM, but they're not really. All right, I'll clean that. Okay. Just aluminium, or are they? Actually, they look brass. Sorry, come on, no, just aluminium. Sometimes they can be tin-plated copper. Okay. 2 gig RAM sticks. So this is a very obsolete server with only 8 gig of RAM running the whole thing. So don't even have to think about the CPUs because they're certainly going to be too old. And there we have it. Your standard server board. Nice. Dell, pretty good weight. Does have a gold band crystal for me. Obviously, I don't want to forget taking out the battery. Alright. Well, aside from a couple of little bits here, I think this one's just about done. Okay, So I can call this one done anyway, and just clean up these wires, and just even take off the little copper coils and throw it in just low grade. Yeah, I don't really like to pass up on these copper coils because they're a really good, in this case it's really good heavy gauge copper. There we go, easy. There we go, and I'll clean that up. Alright, once again got that backplane board. Let's see how this one comes. And there we have it. Even got a nice card on the end here. There you go, gold band. Good board. There we go. So that was that. Fujitsu. Scrapped. Might do one more, probably an IBM. So this is an IBM server, and as you can see it's been sitting also for quite some time. In the wrong spot. What's going on here? Some sort of caddy. Oh well, just got a riser card. It is a nice riser card because it's actually got pretty good quality fingers, but not much of a card. Plenty of plastic, and it's all very odd shaped plastic, so it does take up a lot of space once you start stacking it. Nice big fans. Only 3 RAM sticks in this one, so really lean. We went from 18, was it, to 4? Oh, can't remember now. 4 gig RAM sticks, so only 3. So again, just tells us that it's quite an old system. One CPU, and again this is just, I can feel it's just an aluminium heatsink. One Xeon CPU, big, nice big motherboard, not a whole heap on it, but still good for sale as a scrap motherboard. So I had to go and change the battery as usual. Once the videos start getting a bit longer, batteries don't last. I like these cards. This is actually a battery, so you got to remove these batteries obviously. This one's actually slightly swollen as well, so yep, be careful with them. It's got a couple of gold band crystals on the end there. Nice. Yeah, so whenever you see those batteries, there's a little bonus extra bit of finger. Okay. Just a bonus piece of plastic, hey? All right, yeah, with these servers, they're all really straightforward. It's just that sometimes they can be tricky as to where the actual little trick screw is or something to get the motherboard out. But apart from that, a really good, easy thing to scrap, and can be good fun if you've got a lot of them. Hey, you came out of nowhere. What are you doing? Nothing to eat here. Come on. I'd let the chook here scrap with me, but the chook's got other jobs to do, like cut cords and things like that, so okay. So there we have it. It's just a standard server, dual CPUs, gold band, but yeah, pretty much standard. Have to obviously remove this base plate. So there we go. The only thing I've got going down here is the power supply, or two of them. They're nice long skinny ones. They do have little fingers. Get this little back plane board. Very not much to it at all. All right, oh, there you go. That was another server scrap. All good. Phew. Well, so I've got probably 20 more servers to go, and then or probably about 50 switches, Cisco stuff and all that. So that's going to keep me busy for a few days. We'll just see how we go. Still got more smalls to go. So I hope that was a bit of fun for you guys. Just a bit of a catch-up video, and yeah, scrap a few things out. The garage is still reasonably manageable. Just still going through some boards that just came in yesterday, but aside from that, still maintaining a good garage. Yeah, so I also got all these PCs I've got to get through as well. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope that was a bit of interest, and just yeah, like I said, a catch up, and you know, no big drama. I've already overloading with boards again, so I'm going to have to go and do that, and all these scrapped out PCs and these servers I just did and stuff. So I've got to start loading up the van with scrap steel, and that'll give me more incentive to scrap as quick as I can some at least these PCs here, and yeah, servers and stuff at the back. All right, guys. Well, yeah, it was a bit of fun for me just to get the video out again. It's been geez, over a week since I last made a video, and so yeah, because there's not much work coming in, there's not a great deal of interesting items to scrap out. It's all pretty much the same stuff: PCs, servers, switches, and that's about it. Oh, and the industrial stuff. So maybe I'll next video in a few days I might do some of the industrial stuff. All right, guys, keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you real soon.